I'm Euella and I have been commissioned by Bristol Climate Nature Partnership to make a creative response to the concept of just transition. And I was really interested in what does a just transition actually mean for real communities, for real people? What are the things that they're grappling with? What are the things that they're excited by? And how does it feature in their everyday lives and what their thoughts are of the future? Part of that whole process, I was able to put on 2 events. One was a supper club in the Eastern Community Centre and the other was a games night with St Anne's House / Bricks. And they were just opportunities for us to get people together, to see how people think, how they're relating to the issues, but also a very rare moment for people to actually come together with people in their community and be on a level about what's going on for them. Fun is such an important tool in being able to bring the community together. It's an opportunity for us to bond, to connect, to share stories, but also just kind of realize our humanity a little bit more. At the moment, one of the things we were talking about in this event was there's so much going on in the world and it's all really, really heavy. And there are not enough moments to feel joy and excitement, and that's the way that you can really engage. And so it's been great that we've been able to do that today. It's kind of the small things that matter. Sometimes when we're thinking about this stuff, it's all the big gestures and what can I do? And actually, such a small, understated thing. We took those lessons and learnings from the events and speaking to people and put it into making Capsule, a short film that I wrote and directed and worked on with an insanely talented cast and crew from in and around the city. That was about remembering to celebrate the small things and the moments that matter when it comes to our just transition. There are so many issues that people are grappling with on a day-to-day, and climate seems something that rightly or wrongly feels far away or distant or hard to reach or hard to connect with. So the purpose of the events, but also the short film, is to be able to share my interpretation of what a just transition could look like, make it more accessible for people, but also create those moments of hope and connectedness, particularly with those closest to you and those who are in your local community.
There's always going to be rich and poor, but at the moment there's a big difference, even just within England, you've got people that are very poor, people that are mega rich. What is going on?
I would say the main issues that I see in Bristol, people that I know have experienced, is the homeless, seeing people on the streets and really deprived areas in Bristol that should be thriving, should have a great support system around it, but doesn't necessarily have.
It's an issue that affects all of us, as far as nature and what's happening with nature. More projects for young people going out and having outdoor experiences, allotment projects.
And really trying to encourage people of colour especially to access green spaces, to reconnect with the environment, with Mother Earth, because the reality is the environmental sector is the second least diverse sector. Yet we've historically always been the stewards of the earth. You look at indigenous communities, you look at people in the African continent, we've always been the stewards of the earth. So why are we not being included in these conversations? Why is it that we don't feel even welcome in these green spaces? Education in a way that is accessible for everybody. I think there has to be a lot of inclusion. The value of our lived experiences, people of the global south, needs to be recognized and represented in different spaces.
And it isn't going to be done by anyone else other than the working people ourselves, people who have the biggest vested interest in fixing this society, because we live here and we have no other alternative.
This is Bristol, this is us right now, and this is us grappling with the conversation around what the heck a just transition is, what could it be? One of the things we said, it takes a village, and this really was about the village today.